So at first, when I made this, I didn't know where I was going with my digital capstone idea, but now I know how to make these make sense with what I'm doing. The capstone project pretty much is going to be designing an interactive digital album experience that enhances kind of the traditional music release format. Um, and I'm going to do this through motion graphics, web design, and user interactivity. Um, so my main goal is kind of to elevate digital storytelling and the user management through an immersive online platform, which is probably going to be a website. The first thing that I want to dive into are the self-reflection, and that the first thing being artist interviews that I conducted over the summer. Conducting these artist interviews, uh, I was collaborating with other creatives, and this allowed me to better understand their artistic visions and narrative. And also during this process, I developed my own skills in Premiere Pro and After Effects, since this was my first time ever doing any like camera work or any editing or stuff like that, and which kind of directly influenced my approach on creating motion-based content, which for this project. The next thing I'd like to get into would be my app case study that I did in my user interface design portfolio class with Andy Deck. I spent the whole semester kind of developing this case study. So I designed an app focusing on both aesthetics and usability. This experience kind of reinforced the importance of intuitive design and keeping the audience like always on their toes. Um, and so this is gonna make me ensure that my interactive album experience is not only visually compelling but also user friendly. And then I also got to do like a mock up of this app. This is one of the web pages that I made, or pages in the app. I mean, and this is like the home page. This is kind of like a profile page. Moving on, my next thing to talk about would be After Effects, or more specifically, motion graphics. Um, so in the motion class, multiple projects that help kind of like redefine um, or refine my skills. I mean, in animation and kinetic topography. These projects included a quote video, um, and so this is are going to be instrumental in shaping the animation lyric videos that I plan on creating with interactive elements in my capstone project. Uh, so I think if I apply these correctly, these techniques correctly, I will create smooth transitions and engaging visuals that like kind of respond in a dynamic way to the music. Next thing I'll talk about would be my packaging graphic design, more specifically. My experience in advanced graphic design, particularly, like I said, packaging, informs my approach to branding within the project, which would be my capstone. Designing packaging for local business taught me how to create visual, compelling, and functional designs that respond to a specific audience. My graphic design stuff that I've created over the past years, uh, develop a keen eye for, I guess, compositions, topography, and balance between elements that are essential in creating a cohesive digital experience. So, like my influences, I chose three. So there's going to be Paul Rand, Dieter Rams, and Richard Serra. Um, my design philosophy is heavily influenced by Paul Rand, Dieter Rams, and Richard Serra. Uh, how Rand's modernist approach inspires my branding choice, and Ram's principles of good design kind of guide my UX UI decisions. And then with Sarah, his large scale immersive sculptures influence my desire to create digital spaces that feel interactive and engaging with the capstone project that I plan on creating. And then for my resources, like I said, I made this before. I knew what direction I was going, but I definitely do feel that introduction to psychology of design would be very important, as well as this about functionalism. Pretty much in conclusion, my project is a combination of both of my experiences in motion graphics, UX, UI design, branding. By kind of merging these disciplines all together, I plan to create an interactive album experience that redefines how music is presented and consumed online. And yeah, it's pretty much it. Thank you. Hope to see if you guys have any questions.